Well, hello and welcome to Talking Leeds, another match reaction. Myself, Arron Marshall and Gerry McNamee, and we're looking at Leeds United's recent win over Queen's Park Rangers. I missed you midweek, Gerry, but there was a game midweek, 1-0 Millwall. We're not too fussed about that, are we?
We're busy. It's a good job because I was a bit annoyed. The most annoyed I'd been all season after watching that because I thought we were just insipid. It wasn't great, and everything about Leeds that we don't like at the moment. Can't break teams down. Couldn't score. Give away a silly goal. It was poor. It was the poorest we've been all season against a very average Millwall team. We were somehow in the top 5 or 6, and it wasn't great, and I was glad I didn't travel to that one. I was my other half said to me, "You lost then." I said, "How do you know?" She says, "Well, I only heard you swear once, and I assume that was the goal." It was poor. But yesterday, we're in a funny position because we're third place now. We're not conceding many goals. It's the most points we've had in the first 15 games in the championship. Stats wise, it looks all right, but we're still a bit. But I'm generally happy enough. I mean, yesterday, a poor QPR team. We should have been further ahead. A bit of luck maybe. But we won 2-0, and going into the international break, you're pretty happy. We were just talking off air. We said Sheffield United won today, and they didn't look great.
They did, yeah.
Burnley got a 94th minute penalty, and they haven't been scoring goals. Sunderland were pegged back, so we're after 15 games, we're okay. We just needs to be a wee bit better, but I'm not getting carried away. It's okay to criticise Farke. There's things that are annoying us. I thought he could have changed it earlier yesterday. When he did, I think it did make a bit of a difference. So obviously he did because Pirro scored. But the other, Gilavogi. That's to him. Gilavogi. Yeah, he made it. And Schmidt, when he came on, looks sharp.
He did. He got a game for a couple of minutes, didn't he?
I was glad to see him. And he got an assist, sort of. So all in all, it wasn't a bad day. And you win your home games, not giving away many chances. And but when you're 1-0 with about 10, 15 minutes to go, the nerves, he's still nervous because QPR, the odd little, they didn't do much. Their number 11, Paul Smith, I think he's Northern Ireland international. He seemed to be giving us a bit of jip. But generally, it's like a lot of teams we've seen this year, they're poor. And we just got to be a wee bit better. But we're all right.
We're doing all right. As you say, we're tucked into third place. Do you know what got me, though, yesterday? It was when we scored the first goal, Jared. I don't know what you thought of it, but the press was there. We were just attack. And we just thought, I actually said to the mate of mine who's next to Steve, I said, it's coming now. And then literally in 30 seconds, bang, and it just went in off the crossbar. But Bogle, for me, is growing on me. I thought he had a brilliant game yesterday.
He did, and he was poor against Millwall. He can be a bit up and down, but he did a lot yesterday. I mean, I suppose it's easy for our full-backs because they're going forward a lot. It wasn't a classic goal, was it? The ball came across and it was going to Willie, and Solomon took it off his foot, and we were all groaning, and then a pinball back, and Bogle, that could easily have gone over the bar, but into the top of the net. The annoying thing is, and against Millwall and all season, we get our crosses in, and there's nobody there. It's always either behind the striker or there's nobody there. And we need Pirro to be going in that 6-yard box predator goal hanger because we're missing loads of chances that way. I think Joseph, he's just not quite getting there, and I don't think he's experienced enough to lead the line. He'll come on and do a job. But we need to be we're missing a lot of chances like that. We were lucky. Brendan hit the crossbar. I think Brendan's doing all right. He's tricky. And sometimes we just take that extra touch. And you just think, just hit
that thing. Hit it. Yeah, absolutely. It is a little bit frustrating, isn't it? I think I was looking at the stats. I think it's 20-odd shots or something and 6 on target. Absolutely dominant. QPR really didn't do anything much, I think it was their number 14 for them. He must have looked like he was 12. that little chap on the wing, but he caused a few issues, but nothing really major. No major threats. I think he had a bit of a go, didn't they, in the second half? But what I like about this Leeds this year, Jerry, is that we're winning, and we're winning ugly. You know, we don't have to. We don't have to. You know, people saying, "Oh, it's got to be 6-0. It's got to be 7-0. This. Come on now, what's going on?" Because they're crap. This, that, and the other. But ultimately, all that matters for me is 3 points on the board. And if we have to win ugly, look at Leicester. Look at how they did it last year. They were brilliant. That they got the job done.
Their fans weren't happy last year, the standard. But if someone guaranteed me we'd win 2-0 like this every game, I will take it. Again, those points I mentioned, and there's still some players there. I thought Sam Byron hadn't his greatest game yesterday. He got caught out a few times. Still had a going forward. He had a header and I hit one across that was disallowed from Solomon. I think you say Bogle had a good game. Rodon and Striker, just the solid. Melia, I'm getting a lot of stats about Melia. His shot ratio, saves against shots at him isn't great, and his positioning wasn't great the other night, I thought. So, but he's not under pressure at all, really. No. Again, he could have gone shopping yesterday. He didn't do anything wrong. In midfield, Brendan buzzed around. He drifts in and out of the games. He's there. Tanaka played a bad pass.
He did.
I mean, it was headline news last night. I think Donald Trump was second in the news. He played one across the box. And if QPR had been a bit savvy, the guy took it on himself. If he'd laid it across, we were in trouble. And Gilvogi, he played one bad, but he played some great ones, and he intercepted. And he looks like Carlton Palmer in his gait, but there's something about him, and he's someone I think he's going to be a cult hero if he's not already. And he did make a difference when he came on. I think he really did. I think Willie's off it a bit. I don't think he's been quite the same for the last few games. He seems to run into dead ends. And I thought Schmidt was much more creative when he came on those last few minutes. Solomon still, again, someone who holds on to the ball a bit too long, needs a goal, needs. But he didn't do much wrong yesterday, but he's not up to that standard we saw the first game. No. Pirro comes on, he gets a goal. Give him a chance like that, and he's going to score it. And but you're looking at your watch, you think, well, it's 70 minutes. It's going to be. Should have changed it a bit earlier, because you could see 50 minutes or whatever. It was getting a bit turgid, but that's Farke, and that's what he does.
That's what he does.
He's 70th minute, and the subs probably did make a bit of difference. I know Dan James is probably carrying an injury, so he didn't start. But again, I think a fit Dan James starts in that team. Definitely.
The biggest worry, though, once at the start, just before kickoff, we were hearing that Junior Firpo has been banned by the FA. 3-match ban. They served one of the games. I think he's going to miss Swansea and Luton, isn't he, after the international break? Have you seen the video of what's happened with Firpo, Jerry? What do you think? Do you think it was violent conduct? Or do you think he was overreacting?
First of all, to just pluck a ban out of the air and announce it on the match day it's so crass, and it's so football league, and it only seems to happen to us. Surely there's a right to reply or an appeal. There was a bit of a scuffle, and he puts his head forward a bit, but then it's violent play. No, I don't think so. It looked a bit innocuous, probably stupid. Well, any player that puts his head forward is always leaving himself open to that. But all of a sudden, just to get just out of the blue like that, I just think it's always, over the years, you go back to the Reevy days, the FA and the league have got it in for us, and I'm not sure of many teams. Maybe what he should have done was have 115 financial irregularities, and he could have dragged it out for about 10 years, like some other teams. But it was. I mean, there's no VAR in the league, so where has this come from? I'm sure we've seen lots of instances like that before against us, and nothing ever happens. Well, all of a sudden this Leeds 3-match ban just like that. I suppose if he's going to miss a game yesterday, he wasn't really missed. And the other ones, it's just annoying. It really is annoying. Anti-Leeds.
It is frustrating, isn't it? Because Firpo, for me, he's been a brilliant player so far this season. He's remaining, he's not been hit with injuries so far this season. He's really come into his own as well, hasn't he? And it's just, I think we lacked that. If I'm being critical, I think we lacked that, just that like with Sam Byron. He's solid, isn't he? He'll do a job, but Firpo just has that little bit more quality and a little bit more class in terms of passing and movement, getting into that final third. Sam Byram, can he do it? Not really. You know, I don't think I'm sure he's the first one to admit he's not there with junior football. But Schmidt, surely now it's gotta be. Surely, Daniel bloody fat, you've got to give him a vote. You know, I didn't think he did too bad, Schmidt, when he came on.
No, I thought he is. I watched a little cameo of his appearance, and he was buzzing. He really was. His passing was crispy. Sometimes we over elaborate, and maybe, as I said, there are too many touches. He was getting the ball. He was playing it, moving it, and he set up Pirro for that goal. You know, Pirro did a lot of the work, but he was officially the assist. And I think you know, he's not only a full back. He can play on the midfield and the attack. So it's just waiting his chance. I mean, Gruev last year played one game, and we thought not up to him. And then when he came in after Christmas, he was a regular in the team. So I think Schmidt is, and he's someone who's come in. He was playing regularly, so it's not as if we plucked someone out of nowhere. We just hopefully we can keep the engine. I think we're missing Ramzani. I think he was starting to fire. He's someone who can create stuff. Get him back as soon as I know. He's supposed to be back before Christmas, which probably means he'll be announcing his operation just before Christmas. And then if Ampadu and Gruev were fit tomorrow, where could you drop those two? I thought Joe Rothwell yesterday. They seem to swap man of the match every week, but I thought he was excellent. His movement, his vision.
He's really grown into it as he's grown into the role, I think, as Rothwell. And I think you're right. You know, when Gruev and Ampadu are fit, you just think, how can you put him in there? I'd like to see Tanaka and Ampadu, if I'm being honest. I'd like to see them two play and see what the politics they can. But do you know what? Rothwell and Tanaka, they've got the form, that partnership, haven't they? And they've made those positions their own, and it's going to be really hard for them to get back into the starting 11 with Gruev and Ampadu. But ultimately, these are headache selections which Daniel Farke needs to have, and I'm sure he will get it right. We're not slating him because you know what? We're getting the job done, and that's all that matters, isn't it?
Yeah, he did annoy me the other night, though. But I think the things that annoyed me is set pieces. I think I counted 6 corners in the midfield in the Millwall game that ended up in our half. And set piece, have we got a set piece coach? Because we have. I think we should. No, I think we should get one because we're just. I know we scored from a corner recently, but free kick straight into walls or over the top. There's, you know, these are teams like Millwall and everything who are limited. This is how they constantly. I mean, you saw Jake Cooper won every header the other night, and you know they got one from a set piece. Didn't have much else, and that's all you need sometimes. And we create chances and we score goals, and we don't have to be so intricate. Let's be route one sometimes. We got guys that can hit a free kick, so that's got to be better. And corners again, you know, we haven't got the biggest team, but come on, Joe Rodon, you got to get in the end of one. You're costing me a fortune each way. I have £1 each way in you every game. You've not even come close. Please, come on.
Your man from the set piece has got to be Stroud, Jerry. That's the one where the pound should be on. It's got to be him.
Yeah. The two of them. Well, towards the end of the game the other night, I think Melier they were aiming for him, and that just, you know, surely that can't be a routine. It's something that we've struggled with for a few years now. Set piece. I remember we got a set piece coach in a few years ago. Pablo scored one against Burton Albion on Boxing Day, I think I remember. And we thought, yes, we've got someone who can do this, but it's got to be better. It's got to be better. I want to see. Yeah, there's a general in the crowd yesterday. It was a bit of a moan. You know, we were happy we were winning, but you're just coming out thinking we're better. It's not been arrogance. I think we have the best squad, and on our day we're the best team, and we've shown that against Sheffield United. And I know Burnley beat us, but we were the better team. Sunderland nicked from a howler, and we should be better. I'm not saying I don't care if we don't win 6 or 7-0, but the game should be over at halftime the way we play and the way we start, and that's something. Got the international break now. Hopefully everybody comes back fit. And we got a nice little run up to Christmas. Luton are going to sack their manager probably, so they'll get the bounce. We got them. That's what happens. Swansea might sack the manager because they haven't. I think they've scored 1 goal in about 8 or 9 games, so their manager might be a bit rocky as well. So hopefully we don't get new manager bounces. It's international break, and you see a few managers, make their way.
The axe is coming down, don't you, on managers at this time of the year, especially in Championship as well. And I do think you're right. Swansea and Luton as well. I know that their manager's under a hell of a lot of pressure, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that they're suffering from the hangover of relegation, if I'm being honest. They got absolutely destroyed, didn't they, against Middlesbrough?
5-1 on Borough.
5-1, yeah. But anyway, that all in all, Leeds are tucked in nicely. Your favourite time of the year, the international break, Gerry, is upon us.
Yeah.
The mighty Nations League, which I know you're a big fan of.
Well, it's the traitor derby next week. It's England v Ireland at Wembley. Apparently Declan Rice has got a broken toe. Hope it's nothing minor. But I'm just watching it here. It's Arsenal 1-1. Oh, he's gone down on the ground. Oh no, hope he's okay. So next week at Wembley, not expecting anything. But
are you heading down to Wembley, Gerry?
Yeah, we'll be at Wembley. So Wembley's not a great hunting ground for Leeds, is it? So I'm hoping, hoping we could score a goal.
If I forget this right, because you know me, I'm not a big fan of the international break and Nations League things. But is this the end of the Nations League after these games?
There's two matches. We're home to Finland, and we're out of it. Obviously, we're home to Finland Thursday, and then England away. I think, and Greece are on top because they beat England. So
they did, they did.
Yeah, so Greece could probably win that group, and I'm not sure what happens. I'm not sure how it works out really. This is for countries like Ireland who struggle to qualify. This is the backdoor entry, really. So if we could somehow pull off a win against, we should beat Finland and get something from England, then, we might be in with a shout of a playoff. You got to grab everything that you can. But England mightn't get promoted from this. So it affects seedings and everything else. But we always know when England get a group, they normally get San Marino, local girl guides, the Salvation Army, and Narnia. I think that was in their last group.
and Malta, don't forget Malta. They're always in
Malta, and then when they get to the finals, they play Montserrat, play the local bin men, and then they play a good team and get beat. Yeah, that's I can write this script for you, but us Celts, we're not better. We're not bothered about it now. But looking forward to next week. It'll be nice to see a few mates and have a crack. And you never know. And then as I said, we then kick in. There's no internationals until March, so we've got a real stint of the season after this one. The run up to Christmas, always challenging for Leeds historically, but it's our best start to a Championship season after 15 or so games, isn't it? All is well, and we've even smashing the Bielsa points tally as well at this stage of the season. So, well, you've seen teams that go off hell for leather. It just build up gradually. 15 games in, it's hard to. You can't even. There's teams that come from behind and go on a run, and once we're picking up the points now, we can get better.
Shall I tell you who's caught my eye, Gerry? Watford.
Yeah, they weren't great.
Nowhere. No,
they weren't great. Watford, Millwall. You look at the teams around us, and you think they were no good. I mean, we let Watford back in. We were 2-0 up, and we should have got more. And they got 6-2 last week at Sheffield Wednesday. But I look at the rest of the Championship, and it really is anybody can beat anybody, and we really should take this by the scruff of the neck. If we do what we did last year after Christmas, we normally would have run away with it. Just we had the other two above us. Because see, Ipswich beat Spurs today as well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
I still hold a grudge against them for the way they were singing about us. I mean, I don't want them to do well. Leicester lost, so they're coming down.
Southampton, they're rooted at the foot.
Southampton, they were sawn off yesterday by VAR. They really were. Two blatant fouls in one lead up to one goal. But never mind. Such a shame.
There will be a certain manager as well who's favourite for Coventry, says Jimbo. Fat Frank is favourite for the Coventry job. I can't wait for that one.
How? Mark Robbins, I think a lot of Cov fans, most Cov fans I know, are disgusted. He's had a bit of a blip after all he's done. Fat Frank went into Derby, took him from 5th to 6th, and he had a good half hour against us, which we went mad, and it just was a disaster. He took Chelsea with one of the big, tens of millions squad. He took him from 5th to 9th. Everton scraped out of relegation, and then he plummeted. Why does he keep getting connected with jobs? I just don't get it. I think he's a real chance and a real bluffer. And the way he treated us, what he did in the dressing rooms that night, but all the Spygate, spoiled brat, entitled. Yeah, other than that, I'll sit on the fence about Fat Frank, but I just can't stand the bloke. And I just, if I know Cov fans think, why we don't want him. He's just the media darling, and there's better managers out there. But it's not our problem. But it'd be nice to meet him again, and we know the songs.
We'd meet him on the 8th of February, away at the whatever it's called, Ricoh Arena. These days,
Arena.
I don't know what it's whatever it's called these days. That'll be the next time we would come across him. It'd be good fun just to see him back in the Championship and absolutely ruin Coventry, because they were in and around. I was quite impressed with Coventry last year, if I'm being honest. And Matt Robbins did okay. Didn't do a bad job. Anyway, Gerry, thank you very much for joining us. We're up to 3rd. We're in and amongst the mid and the pack for automatic promotion. We're doing okay. We'll
be fine, and just be a bit better, Leeds. Just be, better free kicks, better corners. Put your chances away, and it's 60th minute sub, even 55. Daniel, you're allowed. If it's not quite working, please do it. But he shows us the stats, and of course we're not calling for Daniel's head. We're allowed to criticise. We're allowed to be a wee bit annoyed, but oh no. We've seen enough years where we're in 15th place and we're rubbish. We know we can do better, and that's the frustration thing, but we're doing all right.
That'll do for me. We'll see you on the next one, Gerry. Enjoy Wembley, and we'll see you soon.
Best.
Cheers.